It's a very sad day. It's honestly, I think, impressive that he made it to Easter. I think that's almost like a miracle for Italy.
Yeah, we are really sad about it. We come from Australia. We were hoping there was some chance to see him, but then we heard about it when we came in here, and yeah, it's pretty much devastated all of us.
Francis has died at 88 years old. We're going to show you some live pictures outside the Vatican where thousands of people are gathering to pay their respects. Fox's Rebecca Castor is in Washington with more on his final moments and the legacy he leaves behind.
This is really a shock. Just hours ago, Pope Francis was out greeting the faithful at St. Peter's Square at the Vatican, many calling it an Easter miracle for him to be out in public after spending 38 days at the hospital. Now he's home with his Heavenly Father. Pope Francis greeted with cheers Sunday as he made his way through St. Peter's Square, waving to the crowd from the Pope-mobile. It was his first public appearance since leaving the hospital in March, following a bout with double pneumonia. From the balcony of the Basilica, the Pope gave an Easter blessing, while an aide read his prepared address. It focused on peace and called for an end to conflicts, particularly in Gaza and Ukraine.
He wanted to come back home. He wanted to be with the people, and God granted him that special blessing.
Earlier that morning, the Pope had a brief meeting with Vice President J.D. Vance, who converted to Catholicism in 2019. Vance told the pontiff that he prays for him daily, and Francis gifted him chocolate Easter eggs for his children.
We're praying for the millions of Christians around the world who loved the Pope and admired him this morning.
Francis will be remembered for his humility. In one of his first acts as Pope, he turned down the palatial papal quarters in favor of a more modest residence at the Vatican. He was also considered progressive after decades of conservative leadership. He worked to make the church more welcoming and inclusive, and took a compassionate approach towards the LGBTQ community, famously saying, "Who am I to judge?" when asked about the sexual orientation of priests.
In his simplicity, in his humility, in his easygoingness, these were gifts that he stewarded so well.
As an example of his humility, Pope Francis simplified the funeral protocols for popes before his death. It's likely he'll be laid to rest within the week. At Catholic University in Washington, Rebecca Castor, Fox News.
Rebecca, thank you. Here at home, this news hits hard for local Catholics who've been praying for the Pope's recovery since doctors admitted him to the hospital, and that was back in February. Fox 5's Caitlin Pratt is at Cathedral of Christ the King, where parishioners have already started paying their respects.
Parishioners started arriving here at the cathedral in Buckhead early this morning to pray and to also give thanks to the leader of the Catholic Church for the last 12 years. Take a listen.
While we are in mourning for our Holy Father, our mourning is not without hope.
The late pontiff set a different tone for the papacy, known for being humble, while as a bishop and then cardinal, he'd take public transportation instead of a private car. And once pope, he would turn down the palatial quarters for a more modest residence at the Vatican. Parishioners we caught up with this morning say his inclusive and welcoming message made all the difference in their faith.
I became Catholic partly because of Pope Francis. I grew up as a Protestant, but he inspired me with his message and his openness toward my family. I'm like the only Catholic in my family.
He was very clear to remind us that in the church there's a place for everyone, and everyone is welcome and included.
Pope Francis spoke frankly about modern issues and was considered progressive, opening debate on issues.
Pope Francis had a way of getting the church to think outside the box and to look at the wider church and to really focus on the needs of the wider church and to work together to build a church that all were welcome and all were included.
And the Monsignor going on to say that many of us were surprised about his passing, especially after thinking he'd maybe turned a corner, and was addressing so many Catholics there on Easter Sunday, but adding he showed us how to live and to die with dignity. That's the latest here in Buckhead, outside the Cathedral of Christ the King. I'm Caitlin Pratt, Fox 5 News.
Caitlin, we appreciate it. Thank you. Georgia Senator Raphael Warnock got a chance to meet the Pope last year in Vatican City. Warnock, who's the senior pastor of Atlanta's historic Ebenezer Baptist Church, is part of a congressional delegation to Rome, coordinated through his Senate office. The two discussed what it's like being a faith leader in the public sphere, along with issues in Gaza, Ukraine, and Sudan, along with the need for peace. We will stay on top of this breaking news all day. We're also accepting all reactions. So visit the Fox Local app or fox5atlanta.com for additional updates as soon as they come into the newsroom.